Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video here. So I want to talk about something that Jeffrey Dean Morgan tweeted about actually, which kind of made this whole thing really exciting. I think Isle of the Dead is one of those shows that is definitely, like again, I'm really excited for part three. I do think it's going to be really, honestly, once they actually start to promote it here and we start to really get the ball rolling, I think it's going to be so much fun. But Isle of the Dead, I mean, the Daryl spinoff I'm excited for too. It's just that we don't know too much about it other than it's in Europe, which also is still a really exciting aspect to it. But Isle of the Dead is a show that I am so hyped about, and I can tell that there's something really special, something really good about this show. That I think it's not just going to be another Walking Dead spinoff. It's something that's actually going to really matter because, I think that's the issue with the Walking Dead spinoff so far, right? Like it seems like the only show that really matters is like The Walking Dead. Sometimes Fear the Walking Dead feels like it matters. Season six, it definitely really felt like it. World Beyond overall never really felt like it. I think a lot of us held out some hope for season two, and I do think they introduced some stuff. The later episodes got, they were all right, and I think some stuff was kind of cool with the CRM and all that with Jadis, but they haven't been the most exciting. And I think, Tales of the Walking Dead is just sort of one of those shows where I think a lot of those ideas that they want to do for stories just put them on that show, right? Like World Beyond, I could see easily, the whole story there with the main cast probably could have been like an episode or two on Tales of the Walking Dead, to be honest. Like I think it would have made those two episodes really fun, really exciting. I don't know if we would have liked the characters still, but condensing two seasons there into like an episode or two, I think overall, could have worked way more, because otherwise you're dragging everything out, and you dragged it out over 20 episodes. And again, I mean, the reaction by everybody, I think, to World Beyond, I think kind of says it for itself. But yeah, anyways, I want to talk about what he said here, and I want to get into some of the stuff here, some of the behind the scenes stuff, because obviously filming is about to start for this show. So before going any further, obviously make sure to be a subscriber if you want more Walking Dead content like this. And yeah, I'm excited to talk about this. Let's actually get into this here. So I actually saw this on Twitter, but there's a quote here from comicbook.com. So I'll actually just kind of read the quote. And again, I'll leave a link down below to the article if you actually want to check it out, because they go into it a lot more there. But yeah, he says, like, I'm beyond excited, thrilled to continue this Walking Dead journey as Negan. Morgan tweeted of Isle of the Dead. I can't tell you how excited I am to be working with Lauren Cohen, or at Lauren Cohen. We've read the season. It's going to blow your minds. I repeat, blow your effing minds. So yeah, like that's sort of the thing that's kind of cool about it, is that they've already read what the season's going to be, and they're excited to do it. What's just so weird about it is like they start filming this summer. So it's like, they're going to practically be done, I think, filming this show by the time The Walking Dead part 3 or season 11 part 3 airs, right? Or at least somewhere around there. By the time The Walking Dead ends, for sure, I believe this show will be done, at least the first season. And that's the thing too, like he says here that we've read the season. So, I'm interpreting that as like he's read season one, because I'm assuming there's going to be a season two. But I think, as with all TV shows, you just kind of have to see. But again, I think the response to this is going to be big. I think the visuals of it being in New York, the hype about trying to find Rick, again, I actually think the numbers for this show are going to be bigger than The Walking Dead, because I think that's sort of the issue right now with The Walking Dead in general, is that first of all, I think over the last 2 years, sort of the lack of content, right? I think definitely hurt a lot of the momentum the show had from season 10, right? Like coming off of season 9 and 10 with the Whisperer arc, there was a big delay there for a long time where we only got one episode practically over a period of a year. So that definitely hurt a lot of momentum, and it's taken some time to really build the story back up. And I think it is still kind of hard, because we're still in a place where it is exciting, and I'm excited for the final 8 episodes, but that hype, compared to where we were before, it's not there completely. It's really not there. And I think, that's why I really think at Comic-Con, announce some Rick movie details. That's what people want. Announce a release date. Say it's coming out even in 2024. Say summer, spring, fall 2024 or whatever. Then people are going to be excited. I think it's just so important. Or say or fall 2023 if that's when you're planning to release it. Like announce an actual release date, then people are going to be excited for it. People are actually going to be very hyped for the show, or not for the show, but for the movie. And then everything else just sort of gets better, right? And that's the thing too, like that's what's kind of special about Isle of the Dead, is it's almost more exciting just on its own. It seems to be just exciting on its own because of the aspect of it being in New York, seeing the Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty, and all of that. I think the visuals for the show are going to be, really amazing. I think it's going to be something that is going to be really honestly quite amazing about the show, and I think people are going to love it. I think it's going to be one of the best shows. I really feel like I don't know about the Daryl spinoff. Obviously, The Walking Dead is going to be number one to like most fans, but I think the number two show is going to be Isle of the Dead. Again, we'll have to see what the Daryl spinoff's like, but I really like, that's sort of the impression I'm getting right now, because zombies in New York, with Negan, with Maggie, that's going to be fun. That's going to be so much fun. Again, the visuals are going to blow people away here. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan saying this, it just kind of, yeah, if he's this excited about it, I really feel like for the actors too, it's something that's like definitely very refreshing. I think they probably felt really just sort of, I don't know, maybe they just felt tired from The Walking Dead a little bit, doing it for so long. To do spin-offs, do these little projects like this where the story really matters a lot more and all that. I feel like maybe that's what they're really excited about, just doing something fresh, right? Just to freshen it up a bit, because that's what they did in season 9. And the story hasn't been too fresh, although the Commonwealth story has been freshening up a little bit more as of late. But, the last refresher we got was with the Whisperer arc and when Rick left, right? And that did a lot for the franchise. Like, people were so excited for it again, and people really started to love The Walking Dead again. So I do think this spinoff is the start of that, which is definitely something that, yeah, again, I'm really excited for. They start filming this summer for both shows, which is kind of weird. So we're going to start seeing some stuff just kind of leaked online, I feel like, which again, I'm not going to do videos on unless they actually like officially release it. But they're going to be starting to film very, very soon. Are they going to start July, end of June? Is it after Comic-Con in August? Like, my prediction, I think, is probably after Comic-Con. But it depends, right? Like, it really depends. They could start filming it in the beginning of July for Isle of the Dead. And then maybe for the Daryl spinoff, they're just gonna wait for like after Comic-Con kind of thing, because obviously if they're filming that, then Daryl Norman Reedus will be in Europe. I don't think they're planning to start it in July, film for 3 weeks, and then leave, take a break for a little bit, and then, you know what I mean? Like, I think they're just gonna wait sort of until after Comic-Con for that show. And then I think that the shows, like both shows, are gonna be close to being done filming, I think. I mean, it depends with the Daryl spinoff, right? Like, that could be 10 episodes, or maybe it's still going to be 6. I don't know how long that show's going to be. I do think we're going to get a teaser, though. Like, the way I see this actually playing out is, I think once part 3 is over, once The Walking Dead's over, there's going to be a teaser here. And I think they're going to tease that it's coming out in February. Like, that's kind of my prediction, is I think it's going to be Isle of the Dead. I think Isle of the Dead likely, well, then again, like, do you want to release it then, or do you want that to come out in the fall or whatever? Like, I'm trying to think of when you want the shows to come out, and I guess it depends on what story is going to be more revealing, because, like, if, like, Rick is obviously the end goal, right, to find him. So, like, if Daryl's going to Europe to find Rick, maybe they save that for the fall, and then maybe Isle of the Dead, if they're trying to find Michonne, or it's something more CRM specific, that's released more in the spring, or I guess like the late winter. The way I see 2023, I really see the releases going like this. Like, I think in February, it's likely going to be either the Daryl spinoff or Isle of the Dead. It depends on the story. I think in April, we're going to get Fear the Walking Dead season 8B. That I think they'll take a break, and then in a year from now, we'll be in a similar spot to where we're at right now. I think in August, they're going to do Tales season 2, because I think they're going to do that. And then I think that's going to lead straight into October, which is going to be Fear the Walking Dead season 9A, which will be kind of crazy, because I don't see season 8 being the last season for Fear. And then I think the Daryl spinoff or Isle of the Dead will premiere that October. And I think that's exactly how they're going to do it. They're going to have one show in the, just sort of one show in the fall, one show in the spring. So it sort of takes over for The Walking Dead. So they have a show going in the original Walking Dead time slot. And then, like, is the Rick movie coming out next year, right? Like, is it going to release that fall, or like, when is that coming out? So, like, yeah, a lot of questions we have right now. And I think Comic-Con is just so key to this right now. Like, this year at Comic-Con, it's such a big thing. Like, are they going to be announcing Rick stuff? We need to know a lot more about that, because I think once we find that out, it's definitely going to be something that people are going to be freaking out about. And yeah, other than that, that's basically all I wanted to talk about. Actually, I wanted to mention one thing here. I was going to do a separate video on this, but there's kind of no point. And that is that Tales of the Walking Dead, we actually know the writers for all 6 episodes. So episode 1 is Kari Drake. Episode 2, Amadou Garba. Episode 3 is Channing Powell. Episode 4, Lindsay Villarreal. Episode 5 is Maya Goldsmith and Bed Sokolowski. I'm probably butchering that last name. Episode 6, again, is Channing Powell. So, nothing, I don't really know anything about the first two writers and the writer for episode 4. Maya Goldsmith, like Maya and Ben, they're actually the writers for World Beyond. So I'm actually wondering if this is going to be a World Beyond episode. And then Channing Powell is doing episodes 3 and 6, and I'm wondering if those are going to be more specifically Walking Dead episodes. So I think one of them is going to be Alpha, and the other one will probably be something else Walking Dead related. That's kind of my prediction right now, just because it's also cleverly spread out, right? Like I'm trying to think of how they're going to do things in terms of interest, and I think episode 3 is going to be, again, it could be an Alpha one. Episode 6, maybe it's, again, there's rumors about Tyrese, so maybe that's that. Or maybe it's vice versa. And then I think everything in between is going to be about other things. Episode 5 might be about the running zombies. 4 could be another independent story. Episode 2, 1, whatever. One of the episodes is going to have Terry Crews. That could be the premiere. But yeah, those are the writers there. So I'm definitely, I'm excited about that. I think just knowing which episodes, certain writers are writing just shows the importance there a little bit. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to leave it here. Definitely post all your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.